Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to our next episode, which will be the topic of discussion today will be naturally unstressed. It's no secret that for many people, stress is a common factor in their lives, and especially in the times that we're living in now, is definitely probably heightened. And what we're doing this episode, we will be finding naturally ways that you can unstress yourself without turning to habits such as drugs, alcohol, or any other negative vices.
Okay, Khary, thank you for picking this topic. Definitely appropriate for the times we're living in. Okay, yes, it's me, Elder Pam, sitting here with,
Kyrie Smith McCall.
and we are having this great conversation about becoming unstressed naturally. But first and foremost, as we always do, we like to give credit to Dr. Peggy Swarbrick, who came up with the concept of the 8 dimensions of wellness. Those 8 dimensions include intellectual, occupational, social, financial, physical, spiritual, environmental, and last but not least, emotional, which I believe stress belongs in that category. I kind of cheated on emotional and intellectual. We are basing today's episode of an article that Kyrie found. 5 ways to naturally reduce your cortisol levels and lower your stress by Lauren Welbeck.
And the five natural ways that we'll be discussing will be limiting caffeine intake, getting an adequate amount of sleep, utilizing relaxation techniques, taking dietary supplements, and eating a well-balanced diet.
Okay, so this is going to be cool because these are all simplistic ways to consider, and I'm interested to see what ideas surface.
First up is limiting caffeine intake. According to health.com, consuming high levels of caffeine can lead to high levels of anxiety. 400 milligrams of caffeine exactly can develop symptoms. Even though caffeine can be found in many items, it's still important to monitor how much you consume daily. And examples of caffeine include chocolate, coffee, and tea, just to name a few.
Those are common things that people eat, consume. We don't necessarily think about them having caffeine, but they do, and so monitoring our caffeine is a good idea. Okay, so I thought it would be a good idea for us to present some common items that have caffeine that people may or may not be aware of. The first one that surprised me was cereal. So if you like any chocolate flavored cereal, if they're using real chocolate, there's caffeine in it. Chewing gum, oh my God. Caffeinated chewing gums are out there on the market that promote giving you some energy. Trust me, they give you energy because of the caffeine. Ice cream. If you like chocolate or coffee flavored ice cream, same thing, same concept. And obviously, cola nuts that are used for Pepsi, Coca-Cola, etc., that have caffeine in it. Other examples, protein bars and supplements. I know that there was a big thing back in the day about the different supplements that you may find at a GNC or a vitamin store that talk about increasing your energy and your focus. They contain caffeine. So we really have to be careful about what we're putting in our body. We may be taking something or drinking something to fix one thing, and then we end up feeling anxious because the caffeine is too much. What do you think? Did any of these things surprise you?
I mean, with the cereal, definitely the ones with the sugary cereals, especially the ones that you eat when you were your kids, definitely that definitely brought that my attention. Even with the chewing gum, especially a lot of with the flavors and things that was definitely something that was surprising.
Yeah, I mean, these are anything that has, I guess, chocolate in it, that may resemble coffee or so on and so forth. Those are all caffeinated things that we need to be careful of our intake.
Our next tip will be sleep and relaxation techniques. Stress levels can be a roadblock to getting better sleep. Examples of the way that you can help improve that will be meditation and relaxation techniques that can be acceptable remedies to help remedy this problem. Also, the practice of these techniques before bedtime can help ensure maximum sleep nirvana.
Yeah, I mean, I can attest myself and even with your dad. If you don't get enough rest and sleep, you become more stressed and more anxious about the most simplest things. Our body needs sleep to recharge. Just like we recharge our phones, sleep is like the charging, recharging of our system. So it's crucial that we get the adequate amount of sleep. So again, I think it's important that we share information like real life examples so that our listeners can have an idea on how and what techniques they should consider. The first one that we want to talk about is box breathing, and that's when you inhale for a count of 4, you hold for a count of 7, and you exhale for a count of 8. Then there's progressive muscle relaxation. That's systematically tensing and then relaxing different muscle groups, starting with your toes and working your way up to your head. Mindfulness, that became a huge topic, I would say, in the last 4 or 5 years, and that's focusing your attention on the present moment and like your breathing and your physical sensation. Guided imagery. So I'm an artist, and so visualizing something beautiful, calming, or peaceful helps me to calm down in many situations. And I've actually even tried yoga and Tai Chi, which is low intensity exercise. Have you tried any of these techniques, Khary?
I feel like definitely with the breathing helps kind of bring you down, especially if you've been doing a lot of things to kind of help level your emotions, and also even with doing that, using the things such as the the guided imagery thing. So even let's say if you're doing it, imagine something like a waterfall to just calm yourself down. Whatever is going on, put that off to the side right now. Just work on just bringing yourself to it at a calm, serene place.
Yeah, and I will tell you, in the beginning, it is not easy because our brains are processing information, so many pieces of information at one time. And so making a conscious choice to say, you know what, I need to take a break. I need to relax. I'm starting to feel a little antsy and I need to calm myself down, is making a conscious choice to use one of these techniques or use all of these techniques, because you may find that one you like more than the other. But it's about recognizing when you're feeling anxious or stressed out, and then recognizing you need to dedicate some time to remedy that situation.
And our last tips will be diet and supplements. Increased cortisol levels can be the result of nutrient and supplement deficiency. According to HCA Houston Healthcare, vitamins such as vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids can help to lower cortisol. Also, a well-balanced diet can also increase vitamin levels.
This is true. I mean, this is common sense stuff, but again, we're here to empower and educate. So let's give some examples. Okay, so to improve our diet, here are some foods to consider to help improve, alleviate stress. And it could be fermented foods like yogurt or sauerkraut. Your dad loves sauerkraut. Fiber, and that comes in many forms. You can get it in beans, you can get it in whole grains or fruits and vegetables. Magnesium. Magnesium is found in avocados, bananas, spinach, dark chocolate. Be careful with that because we talked about chocolate having caffeine in it. Broccoli or nuts. When we just mentioned omega-3 fatty acids, what foods contain that? That's salmon, tuna, sardines. These are great examples of foods that we can integrate into our diet to help to navigate and reduce our stress levels. And some examples of supplements include ashwagandha, which is a herb that is getting more and more popularity in today's time. Vitamin C. that helps to support our adrenal function. And coumadin, which is found in turmeric. We know that turmeric has anti-inflammatory properties, and I think from a physiological standpoint, if we're starting to feel anxious or stressed, our body starts to react with headaches and body aches. So that's another superb supplement that we could use to help navigate our stress level. Have you heard about any of these?
Not much.
Not much. So you learned something new today too, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We learn as we teach. Okay. So this conversation has been short and sweet. I think sweet because it's important that we provide each other, remind each other about the simple things that can bring things back in order and balance. Yes, there's a lot going on in this country. Yes, you may be directly or indirectly impacted, which will cause you to stress out. Trust and believe I understand that. And it's easy for me or for Khary to say, these are easy tips for you to do. Take care of yourself. Sometimes self-care is not as easy as you would think it is. However, I hope that this episode of our Faith That Works podcast has given you some helpful reminders and some encouragement. There is hope, and we have to find it every day. And so we hope that you found this information useful. Khary, any final words?
Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more episodes in the future.
Thank you. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Remember to follow us and provide any feedback that you feel will help our audience. Thank you. Bye.